again?
Over and over and over again and again.
And again.
And it certainly pays off, doesn't it? She makes it look like a walk in the park, like Jeff said. Here's Carrie Monahan on the floor. And Carrie is a very exciting performer. And actually, she has been hot on every event so far.
She has.
She mounts with a full twisting double back, the same element we saw Dominique Hughes.
Wow, beautiful.
That is beautiful. And look at that face. You know, she is such a vivacious performer. Her enthusiasm for gymnastics is just infectious.
Carrie is 17 from Camden, New Jersey. She's picked some wonderful up-tempo music, and the crowds are getting into it, aren't they? They sure are.
Here's her second pass.
Beautiful. You can tell the crowd's enjoying it because she's enjoying it.
There's a double turn on one foot and a round-off full twisting back handspring into a jump. Now Carrie's setting up for her last telling pass. She doesn't look tired at all. Here she goes. Round off, whip, back handspring, double twist. That was a terrific routine.
She says she loves the floor exercise because the fans get into it. They did just that. They did. She can be really happy about her performance so far tonight. She's hit every routine nice and solid. That's got to be up there among some of the highest scores tonight, perhaps. I think she'll probably go 9-8 or 9-9 possibly.
She's had high scores on every event.
Third place going into this event. And the American Twisters had a bit of trouble on beam.
Here's a look at her last pass, a whip through to a double twist. A little bit low on the landing, but remember, she's doing a series for the last pass instead of the first pass.
And there's a score, 9.875. Terrific. You can't ask for much more. So we've seen Carrie Monahan perform. We'll come back with more. We're not finished yet. Lots more to come along from Haines City, Florida. The 1993 USAIGC National Team Gymnastic Competition.
The O's on HTS this September. The 11th hour. Winners rule.
Losers go
Do or die.
Backs against the wall.
Gut check time.
Pressure packed.
Top pitching.
Clutch hitting.
Big plays.
Bigger games.
Huge series.
Now or never.
Let's see what the O's are made of.
Put up or shut up.
Now we'll see who really wants the play.
Are you starting to get the picture?
And a complete Orioles pennant picture is only on HTS this September. You're watching HTS, a Prime Network affiliate.
Well, the Hills Angels out to try to displace American Twisters as the national champions. They have overtaken the American Twisters. They take the lead barely, Jeff. It is barely. It's 8/10, which is a nice, strong lead to have. But we have to remember last night, believe it or not, Dominique had a little problem with floor with her last pass. It's a new pass, and if she falls on it, it could drop down, and it could still be anybody's race. In third place after the third rotation, you just saw Atlantic. And then Jim Strata, K-Ron, Golden Bear, the All-Americans. One never knows when one might get called to come in to participate at the last moment because of an injury last night. And Jeff, you might want to explain this. Jessica Washburn got hurt, chipped a tooth, or? Well, she did. They were warming up on the bars before the competition, and she happened to miss the bar with her hands, but caught a little bit with her chin. And so she wasn't able to compete last night. So they called up Susie in Pompano Beach, Florida, and Susie drove down with her parents and got here late last night, and now she's here to compete and doing a great job. And Susie Kincaid is 13 years of age. She'll be the final gymnast to participate to compete tonight. And earlier this evening, Jeff Knepper had a chance to talk with Susie Kincaid.
So, Susie, you're back this year at the National Team Championships, and I don't think it's exactly how you planned, because I understand you weren't supposed to be here. Can you tell me how that happened?
I was training for elite zones in 2 weeks, and my teammate Jessica Washburn, she got hurt last night, and I drove, and I just got here at 3:30 in the morning.
You're kidding. 3:30, how many hours of a drive was it?
About 3.5.
3.5. So you're ready to go for tonight, and you hope, how do you think your team's going to do tonight?
I think we'll do great. Hope it's just like last year.
So that means you're going to win, hopefully, eh?
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
There's a good look at Carrie Monahan on vault from the Atlantic Coast team from Sewell, New Jersey.
Well, Carrie has had an outstanding competition. Now she's finishing up on the vault, and she performs the same vault as Dominique Dawes, a Yurchenko with a full twist in a layout position. She did have a step on the landing, but it looked really good other than that.
It did. You know what's really interesting, and we'll see it here, is watch the distance away from the horse as she pushes off. Watch how much distance she gets. She's way back by the end of that first mat. That's terrific. Dominique, I don't even think got that much distance.
You know, Carrie is really performing at a very, very high level. She had a 9.875 on the floor. Beautiful bars. Now here she is on the vault. Second vault, round off, Yurchenko, full twist.
Excellent.
Very good. I think the first vault was better.
I agree.
The second vault was just a little low and a little short. She had landing deductions on both, but that first vault, she was flying. And I think it'll be rewarded. Here we'll see the difference. Here's her round off onto the board, back handspring onto the horse, and you can see she doesn't get quite the push that she did, so she lands just a little bit short and has to hop forward. But I think we can expect a good score. That vault, if it's performed perfectly, and Carrie receives a 9.85.
Wow.
It's a terrific score, an outstanding all-around for Carrie. She had a wonderful meet, and I think her team can be proud of her part, no matter how they finish.
Coaches Ken Anderson and Barb Barclay have to be pleased. They coach the Atlantic Coast team. Sybil Stevenson now from K-Ron.
Now, this is a bar routine I'm real excited about because you're going to see a lot of men's high bar moves in this routine.
I think this is one of the most exciting bar routines in the meet. Sybil starts with a full pirouette into a ginger, overshoot, and she's not finished there. Those are both D or extra difficult skills, and here's her reverse hecht or Tkachev, kip to the handstand. Now watch this. Giant up, hop into the handstand, full twist in the downswing, and a straddle back to handstand. She's the only gymnast I have ever seen perform that skill. It was a beautiful routine. Now she's finishing up, preparing for a dismount. This giant hop.
That was a bar routine.
Beautiful routine. You know, last night I spoke to her coach, Mylan Stanovich, and he was a little upset because the judges only scored her at a 9.65. It's true, she has the most difficult bar routine in this competition. However, the routine ends with only a double back. There's her full twist in the downswing, straddle back to the handstand. And now we'll watch the end of her routine. If you'll remember, many of the gymnasts were doing twists in their doubles. Sybil just does a giant into a plain double tuck, nice form, sticks the landing. But because the rest of her routine is so difficult, perhaps the judges will be a little bit saying, hey, the dismount wasn't up to the level of the rest of the routine. She had a 9.65 last night.
And there's a score, 9.825.
9.825. I think the judges changed their mind.
Well, absolutely, maybe? From last night, they
from
sure
last
did.
Night?
I know that Mylan did protest the score last night. So
he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He was still fighting when we left the gym. And with good reason. That was an excellent routine and an excellent score. I'm happy to see that for Sybil.
Sarah Nitz now. And she'll have to start all over. No?
Well,
it up right from there.
Sarah will pick it up from the mount. She started with a round-off layout, step out on. It's so difficult to fall on the first element and know, even if you hit, that you're already behind. The best she could score now is a 9.5, and everything else is perfect.
And, of course, a little wavering there on the beam. Yeah, there's not much, nowhere to go to start off in trouble.
Well, I think it's a real test of the athlete. We'll see how Sarah comes back. She fell on her very first element, and she has many, many elements ahead of her. We'll see how she handles it. So far, so good.
That's got to be tough when you fall right in the beginning to recompose, set yourself.
You know, but it's over. She's already lost 5/10. And remember, this is a team competition.
Correct.
So she wants to do the best she can for her team so that they can finish as high as possible.
This unit came all the way from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They, All-Americans, and also the Golden Bear team from Berkeley, California, traveled the farthest distance to get here. They've had a wonderful week at the Greenleaf Resort in Haines City, Florida. Been here for one whole week.
Here's Sarah setting up for her dismount. She does a round off. Oh, that she just did a full twist off it. Did you see? Remember, we saw a gymnast earlier hit just the edge of the beam, Lauren LeBranch, and dismount to the side. Sarah had the same problem. If you'll watch, she barely gets a hold of the beam with her feet. She's off to the side, and she can only do a twist, and this is a really dangerous landing. One foot on the floor, 1 foot on the mat. That was potentially very dangerous, and luckily she handled it.
But I think she's to be complimented. Look at the reaction. It's, well, you know, it's going to happen sometimes.
She's probably happy that she just got off and was able to stand it up because, you know, at that point, once she feels it right away. She feels her feet are off. And at that point, she can't stop. She has to continue through with the element. And in this case, she took a double full and turned it into a full. But she handled it real well.
These young ladies work long and hard hours to get to this point. Each one of them wonderfully talented. 9.05. Now the floor exercises.
And we're in for a real treat on this
Dominique Dawes performs from Hills Angels in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
And I think this will definitely be one of the highlights of the meet. Dominique is known for her incredible tumbling ability and her expressive floor routine. The crowd really gets in behind her.
Interesting to see her selection of music as she is poised and ready.
Full in pike.
Beautiful full in pike. Look at the extension on that jump full twist in a straddle. You see the crowd immediately reacting.
Now this is kind of her trademark pass. Watch this.
This will blow this crowd away. Here she goes, whip through to a double twist punch front, and she just keeps going into a double back somersault.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. Most gymnasts perform 3 tumbling passes. Not Dominique. She does 4. I love her dance over here in the corner. I think it's a real compliment to her choreographer, Muriel Roosevelt, the way this crowd reacts to this floor routine. Now she's setting up for her final pass. Last night she did a 2.5 twist punch front and landed short. We'll see what she does tonight. There's a 2.5.
Just to a stick.
And she sticks it. That's a very difficult pass by itself.
Are we looking at another perfect 10?
I think so. I think we're going to be near the 10-0 mark.
And her teammates, Marianne Esposito, Wendy Wheat, Michelle Pearson, all go over to congratulate Dominique Dawes. Boy, what a performance.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
Now here's a look at that second pass. Watch this.
It does, Jeff.
A whip back, back handspring into a double twist, punch front, not done yet. Round off, back handspring, double back somersault. It makes me tired just to watch her.
I got to tell you something. You're looking at some tremendous athletes and gymnasts, but in your own area, those of you watching tonight's show, you may have somebody in your family or somebody you know that say, hey, we can do that. Contact your local club.
Right. You can contact your local club, or you also, if that finds you no success, you can call the USAIGC National Office, which is in Wilmington, Delaware, and it's the number, as a matter of fact, is 302-656-3706.
And remember, gymnastics really has something for everyone, from preschool all the way down. And there's a world-class routine at 10-0, another 10 for Dominique Dawes.
2 10s, not too bad, huh?
Not too shabby. 2 tonight from Dominique Dawes.
I don't think Dominique had any problem coming off the Olympics and the World Championships getting psyched up for this meet. What do you guys think?
I don't think she did either.